the NFL and yards per rush, all that has gone up. And you know, too, also, it's changed the pace of how the Patriots play. It helps out the defense, Jim, we talked about already, that's beat up. When you run the football, you eat up the clock.
And he has a big running lane for 13 yards.
Boy, nice blocking up front by the Patriots. It's a quick draw, and they go on the first sound. They catch them off guard and not ready on defense. And up front, good blocking. Joe Andruzzi, Steve and Neal, good job. Dan Cope in the center gets out there, too, and gets a good... And the wide receivers down the field doing their job, too.
33 yards on this drive for New England, all on the ground. They stay with Falk in the backfield, play action fake, and a flag. Kevin Falk and Robbie Abdullah, the backup running back and fullback in the lineup.
Prior to the snap, false start, 82, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
5 yards on Daniel Graham and Bill Belichick. And just a little jumpy, trying to get off the line. Little teamwork all the way around. Kevin Falk getting cleaned up from Troy Brown. 1st and 15 for New England. Go back to Falk. David Thornton has a hit on him. And now support comes in by way of Dries Bashir. Gain of 6. Corey Dillon will return to the lineup. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. You were talking about the Dillon effect. You know, last year Antoine Smith was the leading rusher for New England. His total was only 642 yards for the whole season. Dillon blew that out by 993 yards, almost 1,000 yards more than how Smith led the team a year ago.
I like his reaction to you when you ask him those questions on Friday. He goes, man, I would have never dreamed that I would have this kind of, you know, it really has been a lot of fun to talk to this year, Corey Dillon.
On second down, in the middle of the field, they're back into Indianapolis territory. Monte Rager stops Dillon.
Well, I think the Patriots, when you watch them on offense, so many teams that play this Colts defense, I don't know what you envision. Everybody wants to get down the field and make those plays, and they pass up the short ones that are wide open. So the Patriots, very cognizant of that. And, you know, Tom Brady, what do you say? I might dunk or dink 20 short passes in a row. I am not going to get impatient and throw it into the middle of the defense.
Dunk and dink and dink and dunk.
Well, yeah,
same thing, isn't it?
You know what I meant.
Yeah. And triple team. David Patton, though, has the first at the Colts 34. Dwight Freeney was applying some pressure, did not get there in time.
Jim, he was there, but you know, when you talk about the Patriots wide receivers, it's a core of them. There's 5 good ones. David Patton can get down the field. Dwight Freeney switching sides. Oh, I tell you what, they found something on that right side. The Patriots are going to have to give Brandon Gorin some help when he lines up over there.
Well, they've got 2 tight ends in, Christian Fauria and the starter Daniel Graham. 1st and 10. Patriots putting together a nice drive, but not this time will they move it down the field as Monte Rager gets to Brady. Is this part of what you saw? Just talking about adjustments they would have to make?
No, that's just there's no adjustment there. It's just me whipping you in front of me.
7-yard sack to end the quarter. Scoreless first quarter. Will return after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by
0 to 60. How fast?
So N equals what? Josh?
Today we'll be performing a triple Hoffenrichter procedure.
But you've never done that before.
That's okay.
Wouldn't it be nice if there was an easy button for life? Now there's one for your business. Staples. That was easy.
Cold, hard facts. As the Super Bowl approaches, millions of bottles of refreshing frost-brewed Coors Light will be tackled. Fans will get in touch with their inner linebacker. Grown men will dance. Games will be won. Voices will be lost. tons of lucky hot dogs will be washed down by Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light, the coldest tasting beer in the world, and the official beer sponsor of Super Bowl 39.
Whatever you do, don't blink. Introducing the new Cadillac STS. Party's over. Breakthrough.
Tomorrow, don't miss an all-new Late Show with Jack Hanna's Animals. Watch my toupee! Plus, meet the soccer star Terry Polo. Tomorrow on an all-new day, winner of the People's Choice Award.
Bundle up. 1 quarter down, and certainly not the numbers anyone expected. Scoreless first quarter.
No, but you know what? Oh, snow. That's a very appropriate.
We were expecting some snow.
Well,
Long
listen,
snapper.
it's the middle of January up in New England, Foxborough. For this time of the year, these are very good conditions. The snow is not bothering the football players. Maybe the cold weather, and if it gets really windy, that's when it can affect the punter, the place kickers, and of course, most of all, it would affect the throwing of the quarterback.
Well, the Patriots in this second quarter going into the win, and we closed out the first quarter with a sack of Brady. He was not sacked all of last postseason, not once. And 2nd and 17. Out of the pocket, he finds Troy Brown at the 31 with Gary Brackett falling on him along with Cato June.
Good job by Tom Brady, just sensing that there was no pass rush, so he waited and waited. He did not panic. Then when he moved out of the pocket, showed that he's fairly good at throwing the football on the run.
And look at this, no huddle. Patriots go to begin with David Givens.
I'll tell you why they go no huddle, because when they do this, they think they know exactly what this Indianapolis Colts defense is going to do. They're going to play zone. Tom Brady tried to look it off. He knew when he did, the defense would move just enough for him to find the hole to throw the football into.
And if you remember the game that opened this whole season on a Thursday night, they opened the game with this 5-receiver formation and marched right down the field without ever even showing Corey Dillon on that first series as a Patriot.
They do this almost every time they play the Colts.
1st and 10 from the 22. Blitz. Brady gets it away, and a catch is made by Bethel Johnson.
And that was something new, Jim. That's not what they planned for. They got the blitz. The Colts caught them off guard, and the Patriots got away with a holding penalty, I thought, at the line of scrimmage. But a good throw by Tom Brady against the blitz.
So their 5th receiver, Bethel Johnson, gains 9 yards with the catch. Again, 5-receiver set, 2nd down and 1. Quickly across the middle, and it is back to Troy Brown for a 1st down.
Well, they have done what they set out to do. They have changed the tempo, the mentality, given themselves some confidence, got the crowd excited. And Tom Brady has been, he's an expert at directing an offense in these type of situations.
And the dink and dunk you talked about, 10 out of 11. 69 yards. This is 1st and goal to go right on the 10-yard line, and he just drives straight ahead to the 7.
Wow. That's pretty good. The old goose play. Go up there and goose the center. Something they work on. You know, this something that most teams and offenses and players wouldn't even think about. Tom Brady gets right up in there and right away goes with a quarterback sneak. It's a pretty tough run in there too, Jim.
Corey Dillon returns to the lineup. Single back, 4 receivers. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, 2nd and goal. 14th play of this drive for New England. It's a draw to Dillon. And he moves it inside the 5 and then stood up at the 3.
So much what this Colts defense does mimics what the Patriots do on defense. They drop a lot of people back when you get inside their 15-yard line, and they just watch you. So that time, the draw play fooled them, but because everybody's looking at the quarterback and watching what's going on, they're able to react and stop him short of the goal line.
What do you expect we see here? 3rd and goal from the 3. with 3 receivers and Dillon in the backfield. It's Dillon, and he is to the 1. Looked like for a moment he might be able to make his way all the way to the goal line, but got cut under, and it's 4th and goal from inside the 1.
They're going for it. Here comes Mike Vrabel and the big unit they put in on offense. And that was another good job by Charlie Weiss and Tom Brady. The quick snap and the draw play, kind of unexpected when you get down inside the 5-yard line.
They spot it really just outside the 1. 16th play of the drive. It's the longest drive of the entire season for the Patriots. Will they come up with a touchdown or come away empty?
Well, they've been very creative in these situations. Remember,
Mike Doss indicates against New England. Let's see.
Prior to the snap, ball starts. 72, offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat 4th down.
Well, that's going to change the whole plan now. Matt Light moved early, and they'll bring out Adam Vinatieri.
Oh, there's Matt Light. What makes it so tough, if you're the Patriots, it's a run to the right, and that's the left tackle completely on the other side, and his guy, even if he didn't block him, probably wasn't going to make the play. But a good job. Another quick snap count by Tom Brady. Doing that is going to settle down that Colt defense.
Well, after all that, it'll be a 24-yard try. Vinatieri's kick is good. Boy, that was a long one. A long drive, that is. It results in only 3 Patriots on the board.
Yellow box sale. Get built-in walkie-talkie, GPS capability for voice-guided directions, and web access on the phone starting at just 99 cents for a limited time. The Nextel Yellow Box Sale. Call 800-NEXTEL-9 to shop or find a store. Act now. Get the I-205 for 99 cents. Call 800-NEXTEL-9 now.
I want to taste my beer, but I can't.
Every year, thousands suffer from taste loss. Look for the clues. Does your buddy smack his lips incessantly? Does your boyfriend act fidgety? Or do emotional outbursts come at inopportune times?
Why are you doing this to me?
Get the facts at PreventTasteLoss.com and protect yourself with great-tasting, less spilling Miller Lite.
I've held it inside for so long.
Miller, good call.
Today, we'll help a computer company move components from South America to Asia. We'll manage their inventory in warehouses around the world. We'll send a €2 million payment to their vendor in Brussels. At UPS, we don't just synchronize deliveries. We help synchronize companies. UPS, what can Brown do for you?
They once played the championship in a place called the Pit. The Pit. Even sounds nasty. Can you think of anything good that ever happened in some place called the Pit? It only takes once.
How about this? Patriots had the football for over 9 minutes on that series, driving 80 yards for a field goal. I heard it all week long, how they were going to try to shorten the game.
Well, that was a good theory. The Patriots said, look, we're just going to try to score. We're not worried about shortening the game. That'll do it. That'll keep that Colts offense sitting on the bench, too, of course.
Rhodes gets outside, across the 30. And then tackled out of bounds by Cherry. 24-yard return. Manning comes out, down 3.
everywhere are experiencing a breakthrough.
I'm full!
Taco Bell's Big Bell Value Menu, featuring the half-pound beef and potato burrito with seasoned beef and golden potatoes. To keep your stomach and your wallet full, think outside the bun.
In the mood for something different? How about Levitra? Ask your doctor if Levitra's right for you. It's the best way to experience that difference.
Ask about a free sample. Ask about Levitra. Levitra, when it counts.
Sweet ride. Yeah. That was amazing. Let's do it. I'm good.
Tired of waiting for your reward? With Thank You from Citi, you get great rewards that are easy to earn, easy to redeem. That's a card you can count on.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Subway. Can you feel the heat rising? Get ready to experience a fresh toasted sub. Subway, eat fresh. IBM, helping companies innovate in an on-demand world. And by Levitra. Ask your doctor about it today. Levitra, when it counts.
We're back in Foxborough tomorrow. All new, The Late Show with David Letterman. Don't miss Jack Hanna and his animals tomorrow with Dave. So now Peyton Manning and his offense have been sitting for a long, long time after that 9-minute drive by New England.
Play after a long drive, they come out, they blitz Peyton Manning, they get to him, they cause the fumble. Mike Vrabel, number 50, who else knocks the football out of Peyton Manning's hand?
And Willie McGinnis was in there mixing it up too, a loss of 12, but the recovery by Saturday. 2nd down and 22.
Look at all that movement at the line of scrimmage.
They fake the draw. They come over to Dallas Clark, batted away, Willie McGinnis. Now the Colts, during the break after the field goal, so Ryan Deem, their starting right tackle, walk off the field, favoring his right leg, so they've got some changes on the line. And Manning this time just tried to work his way over to Dallas Clark.
Yeah, Willie McGinnis and Mike Vrabel, I don't know what it is about the Indianapolis Colts, but they seem to come up with all the big plays against this offense.
Jake Scott, who had started at right guard, moves over to right tackle, and Tupe Peko is in at right guard. Subs for the Colts with Deem in the locker room. 3rd and 22. And Manning just fires it in the area of Edgerrin. James shaking his head, knowing he had no chance. Willie McGinnis, who has feasted on the Colts, is off to another big start today.
Well, it is. Look at the wide receivers on the outside. They know it's a screen, but still, look at all the defenders down the field. Look at them. Even if it was a pass down the field, there was going to be nobody open for Peyton Manning.
Downwind punt on the way for Hunter Smith. Troy Brown had one good run back. This one begins at the 30, cutting back some room at the 40, and now doubled up back at the 39s, where they'll spot it with David Thornton on the hit, along with Wayne Bacon. 3-0, Patriots with the lead, and Brady and company back on the field.
Is this the help desk?
Yes, sir.
I need help with this.
What is it?
It's my invention.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing.
So what's the problem?
Everyone's going to want one.
I see.
My company's small. This is huge.
You need to grow fast.
Exactly.
Can I see it?
Have a look.
Whoa.
Help desk.
Hi, Jared here. You know, a McDonald's Big Mac has 560 calories. On the other hand, a tasty 6-inch turkey sub at a Subway restaurant has 280 calories. That's exactly half the calories. And half the calories, well, that's how I became half the Jared. For delicious subs made right before your eyes with fresh ingredients on fresh baked bread, it's Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
Nice car.
Thanks.
It's the 500, the brand new sedan from Ford. It's the only sedan with command seating so you sit higher and see more of the road. Comes with front or available all-wheel drive for great handling in any weather. Not only is the inside plush, it sits 5 adults, no problem. Thought it was time to step my game up, take it to the next level. Pardon me?
This is the year to experience the first ever Ford 500.
This is my chauffeur.
Ford, built for the road ahead.
The playoffs are where moments are made. What's next?
A murder pulled over the phone.
We got a 911 from a telemarketer.
Or was it?
Faked his own death. He doesn't know we know he's still alive.
New NCIS, CBS Tuesday.
Well, coming up, we've got the Nextel halftime report with Greg and Dan and Shannon and Boomer, and a look at the playoff picture, and plus a recap of the Eagles win from earlier today. It's all coming up on the Nextel halftime report. Patriots from the 39, that intended for David Givens. How about this? Indianapolis has been so far held to 2 first downs. They usually get 2 first downs just being introduced in the starting lineups.
That's right.
It is snowing, and it's 25, and snow is collecting on the perimeter of the field, but not really making the conditions all that difficult.
Yeah, the footing's been very good so far. It's so much talked about who the Patriots want to see.
Don't forget, the Patriots come off a bye week. They all talked about how much they needed the week off. Their bye had fallen in week 3 of the season. And as Corey Dillon told us this Friday, he says, we're as fresh as a newborn.
Well, he's as fresh as a newborn, and Ron Meeks is right. You never know what to expect from this Patriots offense. Daniel Graham, 82. If you want to run the football and be really good at it, it's almost imperative that you have a really good blocking tight end, and Daniel Graham is having a wonderful day.
From the 19 over to Deion Branch, incomplete. Nick Harper was defending.
Sorry, Jim, you talk about blocking, getting some runs down the field. Watch what Daniel Graham has done so far today. Gets down, gets the linebacker, pushes him out. Corey Dillon cuts it inside, and then again comes inside, shows he's athletic, gets David Thornton, pins him in, and Kevin Falk picks up a lot of extra yards.
2nd down and 10, Colts threatening blitz. Brackett lined up on the right side, now backs away. Number 58 for Indianapolis. Freeney coming after him, and Brady's pass, no flag. Jefferson was all over David Givens.
Well, Matt Light and Joe Andrucci, they're both talking about, hey, how are we going to block Dwight Freeney? But Tom Brady, really, it's just a throwaway. And the crowd here is really making a lot of noise, but this is why it's a throwaway. Good job by Tom Brady. Avoid the sack, keep your team in field goal range, and also make 3rd down manageable.
Brady talking about Freeney, told us he's got a great motor. He does. He comes all day is what he says. Right at me.
He's over on the right tackle, Gorin this time, but Freeney, he is relentless. You can knock him out of bounds. He falls down, he gets blown up. It doesn't matter.
3rd down and 10. Big play for the Colts defense. In the pocket, Brady's pass will not be enough. Givens was the safety valve underneath the coverage with Raheem Brock giving Brady some fits.
Well, look at the front 4. Look at the movement. Here they come. Tom Brady steps up. Oh, nice job. Josh Williams grabs his jersey where he cannot even get a good throw on target, and that stops the 1st down. But that front 4, they're pressuring Tom Brady so far pretty well today.
Vinatieri already good from 24 in this quarter. This from 30. Actually, a pair of Adam Vinatieri field goals, and the Patriots blanking the Colts.
Cold, hard facts. As the Super Bowl approaches, millions of bottles of refreshing frost-brewed Coors Light will be tackled. Fans will get in touch with their inner linebacker. Grown men will dance. Games will be won. Voices will be lost. And tons of lucky hot dogs will be washed down by Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. The coldest tasting beer in the world, and the official beer sponsor of Super Bowl 39.
Million Dollar Baby, now on over 200 top 10 lists and named Best Picture by The New York Times, Roger Ebert, and the National Board of Review. Million Dollar Baby, a Clint Eastwood film, rated PG-13.
I'll have the green salad. And for my entree, I'll have the Key West grouper and the cheesecake.
What am I, a bake? Oh, I'll have the same.
Hurry in for our special 3-course menu. Build a complete meal for just $12.99. Everyone could use more Fridays.
Numbers are everywhere. But what if numbers...
The violence has escalated with each attack.
...could solve crimes?
Say I couldn't see the sprinkler. From the pattern of the drops, I could calculate its precise location. These guys follow patterns.
You're saying you can tell us where the killer lives?
Yeah.
Call for backup!
I have a new location for the first attack. Drop the knife or I'll shoot! Everything is numbers.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new Ford 500, built for the road ahead. And by the coldest tasting beer in the world, Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL and Super Bowl 39.
You can get the latest NFL playoff news and stats, updated schedules, and a look ahead to next week's championship weekend by clicking on NFL at CBSSportsline.com. You know, it'll be the Falcons at the Eagles. Who will play at Pittsburgh? Will New England get a chance to go back where they were beaten on Halloween Day to end their 21-game overall win streak? Or will it be the Colts who trail here 6-zip? The short kick out to the 31. James Mungro with the run back.
Well, when you're trying to beat the defending Super Bowl champions, and you got to do it with your offense, you can't miss opportunities. And so far, the Colts, the weather has bothered them. And of course, the biggest thing of all, the Patriots defense. And we're showing you the drop passes. They're not doing anything to confuse Peyton Manning. It's nothing really unique. It's just getting whipped. That's all it is right now. It's about being physical. That's what the Patriots want to do. And so far, they're winning the battle.
Edgerrin James will go back to the ground, and he scoots ahead, squirts out to the 37 for 6 yards. Let's quickly go to Bonnie.
Well, Jim, it was interesting when we spoke with Rodney Harrison. He told us despite the injuries in the secondary, he felt more confident about the Patriots' defensive game plan this year than against last year in the AFC Championship. They put in some new wrinkles and found something, some tips and play action that would give them a heads up when Peyton was going to try to run those plays.
Certainly looks like they've figured something out, doesn't it? They figured out one of the keys. 2nd down and 4. Looking for some room. James dives for a gain of about 2. But you talk about the trio of receivers, Harrison, Wayne, and Stokely. Harrison has 1 catch. The other 2, nothing.
Nothing yet. And, you know, Bonnie is talking about Rodney Harrison. And Jim, you got to get a kick out of it. The first thing he does, he goes, this has been some irritating week. Listen to all this stuff. And he's so prideful and such a competitor. And when we watch practice, I did see a lot of new defenses by the Patriots, but so far they've kept it fairly vanilla, and they haven't shown many of those new looks.
It's 3rd and 3. Only 2 defensive linemen in on that play for the Patriots. First catch by Stokely for a first down. Troy Brown and Teddy Bruschi bring him down, but Stokely holds on this time for 8.
Well, it was Troy Brown matched up with Brandon Stokely. They put Stokely way outside. Watch them bring him in motion because they want to create space. 3rd and 3, fake going across the field, break back out. That is tough for any defender to try to cover in that situation, much less a guy that's played wide receiver almost his whole career.
Peyton has 43 yards passing with 6 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. But still has to feel fortunate. They're only down 6-0. Timeout called by New England. Timeout charged to the Patriots. So, the Colts showing signs of maybe getting something going here near midfield.
From the producer of Training Day.
They're surrounding the place.
Imagine you're under siege.
Phones aren't working.
By an army of dirty cops.
They can't allow any of us to leave here alive.
And the only ones who can save you.
All right, choose a weapon. Come on, baby.
Are the deadliest criminals in the city.
We all got to start trusting each other if we're going to make it through this night.
from Precinct 13. When this is over, you're going back to jail.
I'd like to see you come try.
Rated R. Starts Wednesday at theaters everywhere.
Not sure if it's hinky or kinky.
If I take that watch, it's going to tell me more than the time, isn't it? We got a match.
How's 25 the life sound?
Hey, that's the job.
Yeah, that's the job.
That's it. Hit this y'all. Good job. Good job. 15. I need something, son. I need a run.
There's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. Just call 877-NFL-SHOP. For a free team catalog, go to NFL Shop on NFL.com or call 877-NFL-SHOP.
Well, the Patriots trying to give one of those new looks. They confused themselves. 2, 4, 6. They're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They do have 11 on the field. Watch Troy Brown. Wait, I'm off? Hold it. Wait. Oh, I'm on. So finally, they have to call a timeout.
Is this offense, defense, or special teams? No wonder his head's spinning. He's in on almost everything today. Randall Gay tried to run off. Look at him. So they call timeout. First down for Indianapolis from the 46. Zips it and has his man. That's Reggie Wayne, his first catch of the day. So one each by Stokely, Harrison, and Wayne.
Reggie Wayne against Gay on the outside, and perfect timing by Peyton Manning.
They may measure for the first. You know, on that third down pass play to Stokely, the Patriots, I mentioned it, had only 2 down linemen in on that play.
That's one of their new looks today. They got a lot of variables of that 2 down lineman look too. But you know what? The Colts are ready for it. They know they're going to see some new stuff, and you just roll with it and adjust as you go along.
That's a first down. Tonight on 60 Minutes, he's one of America's most famous athletes. He's known around the world. So how come you've never heard of him? Well, you will tonight. Well, on 60 Minutes after the game.
It can't be Boomer then, can everybody knows Boomer.
I thought you were Boomer. You mean you're not?
You've heard that today a few times.
It's amazing how many times you hear it. And I've seen it the other side too, Boomer being Phil.
Yeah, but it doesn't annoy me like it annoys him.
No, don't be so sure. First down, Edgerrin James down to the 39. Pick up a 5. So now the Colts putting together their best series of the game.
Yeah, and you know what it does? It's once they got a first down, then they got another one. The crowd gets out of it a little. It puts you at ease as a player. All right, we're in rhythm. Now we can go. And all of a sudden, Tom Moore, that play sheet, it just opens up. He sees a lot of good plays instead of trying to find that one play that gets us that first down to get us moving.
It is 2nd and 5 for Manning and the Colts. The deepest penetration of the day, and in stride, he hits Marvin Harrison. With another first down at the 20, at the 31, make it.
Well, if you do not bump Marvin Harrison at the line of scrimmage and the Patriots do not touch him this time, look, he's open. The rhythm is there. Peyton Manning gets rid of the football, and you move the chains.
Harrison and Manning have played more pass and catch than any duo in the history of the NFL. 1st and 10, Indianapolis. Slicing through Edgerrin James. Some hard work for 3.
Well, we've talked about Rodney Harrison some in this last play after Marvin Harrison caught it. A little talking, and you know, Rodney Harrison's one of those players. He is going to find some conflict. He wants to be angry. He wants to get you upset on the other side of the football, and all that emotion. He's one of the few guys that I've seen on a football field that can get very emotional and still do the right thing, not make mental mistakes.
2nd down, 7. Fake to Edgerrin, setting up the screen to James. A flag is down as James Ball's at the 21.
Well, it looked like the Patriots.
Holding. 73.
It's a big one. And that's
10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Jake Scott, who moved over to right tackle for Ryan Deem.
Well, Jim, we've seen this offensive line shuffle around and really do a good job, but Jake Scott, number 73, on the outside against Willie McGinnis. He gets beat too fast, and he reaches out with both arms. I thought Ty Warren was held, too. I thought that was what they were going to call the penalty on.
Dominique Rhodes comes in for the first time on a play from scrimmage. He's returned some kicks. Instead of first down at the 21, off the screen to James. It's now 2nd and 17 at the 39. They're going to say he picked his pocket.
That is some play. Teddy Bruschi, the linebacking core, they are the difference in the game so far. Teddy Bruschi immediately recognizes the screen, beats the blockers over there, and he has the football. He definitely has the football on the way down. Just takes it right out of the hands of Dominique Rhodes. He wasn't satisfied with seeing the play, ruin it, breaking it up, or making the tackle. He went right for the football.
He out-wrestled Rhodes for the football.
It is. It's really... Peyton Manning talked about this linebacking core. He says they all should go to the Pro Bowl. But recognition, just being a player, studying, watching what the other guys do, and doing it so much that you're able to come on the field and react to it and make it happen. Tremendous play by Teddy Bruschi.
Well, that is going to be ruled a completion to Rhodes and a fumble recovery by Bruschi, not an interception. And now they might want to hurry up before the Colts want to challenge it, although I'm not sure a challenge would change the outcome anyway. So from the 41, with 3 minutes to go in the half, Brady goes for the long ball. This could be picked. And I'll tell you, David Patton did a magnificent job of batting it away from Joseph Jefferson.
Well, the Patriots again trying to change the game. You know, they're mixing it up. It was a run offense, then they went that little hurry up. It worked for them. They went back to the run again, and now they're trying to speed it up. But the Colts being a little aggressive, playing man coverage and trying to come after Tom Brady in this 5 wide receiver offense.
2nd and 10 again with the empty backfield. Here comes Freeney. He got him this time. Dwight Freeney. He came spinning around, as he likes to say. We start spinning the minute we get off the bus.
And he is double teamed. Watch it. They double him. Spins. Oh no, Joe Andruzzi at the last second just comes off his guy because he sees Dwight Freeney is just out of control. What a move. And we talked a lot about him. Last week the Denver Broncos did a pretty good job against him, and he's one of those players. He really is. He's like Lawrence Taylor. Block him 10 times, but the 11th time he gets by you and he can change a football game.
And it's 3rd and 19. And it's Falk weaving, getting away, and still it'll be a punting situation for New England. Remember, the Colts have all 3 of their timeouts. Would they use one before the 2-minute warning here? They're going to get the football back. They're going to let it run all the way down. Well, the Colts in that AFC final a year ago were shut out in the first half here, 15-0. They're down 6-0 today, but let's see what they can do in the last 2 minutes of the half.
Performance and handling like a car. All-wheel drive capability like an SUV. The totally new Ford Freestyle. One vehicle, endless possibilities. Ford, built for the road ahead.
You're all probably wondering why I've upgraded everyone's Angus to an Angus Bacon Cheddar Ranch. This is our last meal together. I have to fire one of you.
How are you going to decide?
I'm thinking of a number. Between 1 and 10. What are you thinking of? What number? 4. You're fired.
Step up to the new BK Angus Bacon Cheddar Ranch. It's good. Have it your way.
Is this the help desk?
Yes, it is.
We got a patient in the ER.
Car accident.
She's in bad shape.
How can we help?
We don't have a record.
Medical history.
They're not at the hospital? She's from out of town. Her doctor.
We can't find him.
Pharmacy. Closed.
We need her record.
Somebody's got to tie all this stuff together.
Done.
Help desk.
Tomorrow, Ray's wife throws away his prized possession.
Why would you do such a thing?
I was straightening up.
No, really, why?
A new Raymond. Then your ex-wife is moving in.
What do you want me to do? Put her in a hotel? Yeah, put her in a catapult and see how far she flies.
How bad could it be? A new 2.5 Men after Raymond. CBS tomorrow.
Patriots about to punt the football back to the Colts. You like your sarcasm at times, so
no.
What are people saying all week long? How are they going to stop Peyton Manning? That patchwork secondary, they can't stop him. They've shut him out so far.
Yeah, they've been tremendous so far. Just everything, the linebackers, the pressure, and you're right, Jim. You heard it so much,
yep.
and Bill Belichick says, look, we're 14-2. We lead the league in a lot of stats defensively. We're going to be okay. We did all right this year without some of those starters, and we'll get it done somehow today.
I love that deadpan look he gives you. I don't know. We won 14 games. You know. CSI Miami, a new episode Monday on CBS. A teenager's dream was to ride along with the police, but he picked the wrong day, and now the investigation will uncover a deadly crime spree leading to a surprise ending you won't believe. It's a new CSI Miami tomorrow at 10, 9 Central here on CBS. That was only a 29-yard boot by Miller, so the Colts begin at the 28.
Well, the Colts have been dominated, but you look at that scoreboard. You got the football, a 2-minute drive, and you're only down 6-0.
Out of the gun, Manning. Good catch this time. Stokely dives across the 40. And Rodney Harrison makes sure there was a little contact after 13 yards.
That's the exact play we saw earlier on 3rd and 3. Brandon Stokely faking, going across, making it hard on Troy Brown.
They faked to James into the line. Now they go to him. He's open. A flag is down in the secondary as James has it all the way to the New England 43.
Well, when it comes out of the secondary, you expect it to be illegal contact or holding on the defense. And, you know, Jim, real quick, the hurry-up offense, the Colts wanting to be so balanced, maybe what they need to do is the same thing the Patriots did. Change it up. Get the defense reeling, get them off balance, and make some pass plays.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, 95 defense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
And that was on Roman Pfeiffer, and that was the exact call they would have liked to have had on Roman Pfeiffer a year ago at the end of that game on a couple of occasions against Marcus Pollard. And again, they were shut out here last January in the first half. 2 second-half touchdowns, but coming up short 24-14 in that one. It's Stokely plucking it for a first down with Troy Brown a couple of yards away.
Now, you know, I also said during the week, I thought this was the toughest matchup for this New England defense. Troy Brown, a converted wide receiver against Brandon Stokely, arguably the best inside receiver right now in pro football. And I thought they would give Troy Brown help every single time, but they've left him alone, and Peyton Manning is going right to Brandon Stokely.
Again, they fake to Edgerrin. First down, they go back to him again. And tries to sidestep Vrabel, but he'll have none of that down at the 27. Indy with a full complement of timeouts.
That's the patience Peyton Manning was talking about. Don't force it down the field.
Second down and 5 as we move inside of a minute. Reaching back for the grab, it's Stokely, and that looks good for another first down.
Now that was a little change that time, trying to bring another defensive back in there a little quicker to help Troy Brown out. Randall Gay not able to get there fast enough, though.
So a timeout called by Indianapolis. There's Romeo Crennel.
Yeah, Romeo Crennel rumored Heard it quite a bit on TV today, rumored to be the next coach with the Cleveland Browns.
And what do you think of that?
I think it's well overdue, that's for sure. I didn't realize. I think I also heard he might be the oldest first-time head coach in the NFL. I didn't know Romeo was 58. I was with him like 27 years ago. He was a young man then.
He was on that Giants staff.
That's right.
And there's a first down. Stokely's catch good for the first. Again, coming up, the Nextel halftime report with Greg and Dan and Shannon and Boomer. A look at the playoff picture, highlights of the Eagles' triumph from earlier today. And maybe Dan will tell us what he's going to be serving us next weekend when we all go on site to Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship game, Dan's hometown.
Yeah, Dan
a little home cooking. What do you think?
Yeah, he'll call the caterer. That's what Dan will do. But
360 yards in the first half against the Broncos last week. In the first half, he's over 100 thanks to this series where they're now starting to click.
You know, the Colts, when you watch their offense, it always, to me, seems to be better. They seem to be better when they just get a little frantic and keep things at a higher pace, a faster pace.
2 down linemen in as the pass falls incomplete. Roman Pfeiffer came blitzing. They only lined up again Jarvis Green and Ty Warren on that line.
Well, the idea, there are a couple of things that happen when you only have 2 defensive linemen in there. You can confuse the offense more by moving around, but most of all, it gives you better athletes. So you can chase. He was underneath the center with his hands under there. And once you put your hands underneath the center, then a quarterback legally or whatever cannot go in motion. That's what Bill Carollo is saying.
So now, instead of the ball being down at the 11-yard line, they'll back them up 5.
And Jim, you could do that. Sometimes you can leave behind the center to go and give an audible. But when you're trying to deceive the defense, going in motion to draw them off sides or to run a trick play, that is a penalty.
It's 2nd and 15. 37 seconds in the half. Dallas Clark fields it. Falls at the 16. Again, Indianapolis. Now they use a timeout. They got that other timeout back because the officials had called for a stoppage of play first, is the word they give us upstairs to measure for the timeout. So 3rd down, 3rd and about 5 coming.
Well, you look at this game so far, Jim, it's 6-0. It's because of the linebackers. Teddy Bruschi, boy, just recognizing plays. He is unbelievable. Mike Vrabel, he can cover you, he can tackle you, and on the pass rush causes the fumble. And then Teddy Bruschi, look all the way across the formation, recognizes the screen and stops the play and recovers the fumble, or takes the fumble, whatever you want to say.
Just when the Colts advance the football, the deepest point of the day for their side, it really starts to come down rather heavily.
I'll tell you this too, Jim, to go back when Peyton Manning was called for illegal procedure, if Bill Carollo, if he could see that knitted, that was really being heads up on his part, recognizing that and throwing the penalty flag.
Third down and 5. Needing to get to the 12 for a first. Only 28 seconds to operate with in the half.
Look at the defense. Look at all the movement.
Stokely able to hold on. Asante Samuel smacks him. And the measurement, it looks like it's enough for the first down.
This is what they're doing. The outside defender now is coming off his man, and they're helping Troy Brown out in the slot. They were close a couple times, and this time Peyton Manning let him out into trouble.
Boy, that looked like helmet to helmet to me. You can't do that.
Well, it's only illegal, Jim, if he did not catch it and get a step or two in the ground, both feet, and has time, then, you know, helmet to helmet is legal.
It was right on the point of the reception. He had really not moved. What a job of holding on for Stokely, and they do have a first down. The conditions worsening late in the half here. 22 seconds to go, and the Colts in the last 6 minutes of this quarter have now started to get their rhythm.
They have. We got a half-inch of snow in the booth. It has definitely gotten worse, but the Colts are going with the wind. Makes it easier on the quarterback to throw the ball.
And hurries everybody to the line.
Marvin Harrison's so quick on the outside, they cannot even bump him at the line of scrimmage.
With 8 seconds, he needs to go to the... They were looking for Reggie Wayne, and now they'll bring out Vanderjagt.
Wow, it almost looked like last year. Peyton Manning thought somebody was open in the end zone and threw a huge interception on the move. You don't see quite as good, and gets very fortunate not to throw the pick.
So Vanderjagt comes out to give the Colts a 23-yard try, and they hold on a minute. They whistle the play dead before the kick. It's a timeout called by New England right before the snap. Well, Vanderjagt found himself in the news this week after a remark leading into this game. See Bruschi at the right of your screen at the last minute causes the confusion, and
Teddy Bruschi must have warned him he was going to wait to the very end to call it.
Vanderjagt made the remark this week that he felt like the Patriots were ripe for this occasion, ripe for the picking. Now, it had about a 2-day shelf life. I didn't actually think that it was that inflammatory a remark, actually.
Hey, it's the NFL. You take every little statement, and
even from a kicker.
Does it matter, Jim? Well, and if they don't say it, just make something up. But the coaches do that, and they don't anything that they think is going to get their team a little more alert, giving them an edge, they go with.
Next from 23 yards. The most accurate kicker in the history of the league is Vanderjagt. So we close the half with the field goal. No touchdowns in Foxborough in the first 2 quarters.
Two good teams, well prepared, and the defenses have been physical, fast, and just making they're contesting every play. So when you get that, scoring it's just going to be tough. And now we're getting some conditions that are going to make it tougher on the offenses too.
Let's throw it down to Bonnie Bernstein.
Tony, your offense has gradually gained momentum throughout the half. What adjustments have you made on their defense?
Well, not much, other than we're just making some plays. We got to convert our third downs, and we've kind of hurt ourselves with some penalties, but we're fortunate to only be 3 down. I think we can just play our normal game in the second half.
Coach, thanks.
Got to echo that. Feeling fortunate, down only 6-3.
Yeah, they were dominated for quite a while, but they hung in there and actually had a chance to take the lead. But he's right. Be happy with 6-3.
Manning completed 12 of his last 14. Brady and the Patriots kicked 2 field goals. Colts get 1 right before the half. 6-3 is the score. New England. Next till halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
25 years ago, Manning was breaking records and CBS was #1. Some things never change. This year, CBS still has more viewers than anyone else. We've got the #1 comedy, the #1 reality show, the #1 news magazine, and the #1 show on television.
Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there.
CBS, America's most watched network.
How long does it take to get hooked on the new CSI? About a New York minute.
No one sleeps until the shooter is caught.
CSI New York, Wednesday. The new drama, Numbers, premieres in 1 week.
No matter what the weather is like outside, it's always nice inside. Look at the size of this warehouse. Only Toyota of Greenville lets you shop inside for your next vehicle. That's right, over 150 new Toyotas specially priced inside our giant indoor warehouse. Rain or shine, cold or hot, it's always nice inside. Don't see it inside? We'll bring one of our hundreds of new Toyotas from our huge outdoor lot inside. We make it easy on you. For price, service, and selection, shop the Toyota of Greenville warehouse.
I bring the beat, I bring the thrills, I bring the heat, then it's my turn to chill. I want a meal, I want a deal, I want it fresh, I want some cash left. That's Mickey D.
Get in line, because every Monday and Tuesday you can get a McDonald's hamburger for only 49 cents and a cheeseburger for just 59 cents. Only at McDonald's.
From the country roads to the city streets, blue skies, southern pride, grab the wheel, come on, let's ride, 'cause it's bigger in the New South, better in a Dodge, no place better than where you are. I'm loving life and I'm living large, 'cause it's bigger in the New South, better in a Dodge.
Christy Henderson and Live Viper, weeknights on News Channel 7.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel Halftime Report. Nextel helps groups get things done. Nextel, done.
And welcome back to our New York studios for the Nextel Halftime Report. Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel, along with Dan, Shannon, and Boomer. It is a 6-3 New England lead at halftime. Until the last moments of the first half, Dan, it wasn't really the same Peyton Manning we'd seen all season long.
Well, it hasn't been, and, you know, you look at New England Patriots, and they're a team that wants to disrupt Peyton Manning. You see in the first half here, Peyton had some problems throwing the football over the middle here. He gets a drop when it should have been caught. Then they get pressure. That's what New England Patriots want to do, disrupt his timing. Willie McGinnis, a nice play here. Then they've been having a problem throwing screen passes, and there's another screen you get where Teddy Bruschi makes a great instinctive play, causing a turnover, and Peyton Manning almost throws an interception, which would have been extremely tough for the Indianapolis Colts. They come up with 3 points.
And Tom Brady's actually handling the weather pretty well. You see him right here on first down, throwing for another first down here, and moving around pretty good, avoiding the sacks. I'll tell you what, the key play in the first half, guys, Matt Light, false start, forced the Patriots into a field goal. You got to score touchdowns. You can't score field goals.
Yeah, and this is why they got Corey Dillon right here. Picks up tough yardage, and he's doing a great job of keeping that Indianapolis Colts offense off the field. I don't know why Cincinnati would give him up, but I tell you what, they might not win the Super Bowl, the Patriots, but they are a better football team. It's going to be tough.
All right, now, have we seen enough from these teams in the first half to know what to expect in the second half?
If I'm Indianapolis Colts, I'm taking Troy Brown against Brandon Stokely. I'm saying, Stokely, I'm going to throw you 8 to 10 balls. I need you to get me 100 yards and a touchdown. If you do that, we're going to win the football game. You got one turnover, Indy. You don't turn the football anymore. You go to Brandon Stokely, you'll win this football game.
Big decision for Indianapolis as they come out of the locker room right now. Do I take the win and kick off with the win, or do I kick into the win and save the win for the fourth quarter? And Phil Simms is right. The linebackers of the Patriots are playing fantastic football, but they have to score touchdowns against the Indianapolis Colts. That false start penalty by Matt Light could cost them the game because they had a touchdown on the ground with Corey Dillon.
And if you're Belichick, you love what the New England's defense has done in the first half, and we talked about it on the pregame show. He's going to want to keep everything in front of him defensively as far as their secondary is concerned, trying not to give up any big plays to the Indianapolis Colts, and they've done that so far, and it's worked very well for the Patriots. Got to continue to do that in the second half.
All right, want to remind you, we will all be at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh next Sunday night to bring you a special edition of the NFL Today, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, as we set the stage for the AFC Championship game between the Steelers and either the Colts or the Patriots. Earlier today in the NFC Divisional Playoff matchup, the Eagles head for their 4th straight NFC Conference Championship game. Donovan McNabb to Brian Westbrook for 7 yards and a 14-0 lead there. Dante Culpepper, 7 yards out, will run it in to cut the Eagle lead in half. But 1st and 10 from the Viking 14. McNabb to L.J. Smith. He's going to get hit. He loses the ball. What a fortuitous event for Freddie Mitchell. Touchdown. Eagles led 21-7, and this is the story of the Vikings. Gus Frerotte on the fake field goal looked. Randy Moss wasn't there. Moss had walked off the field. They would have had too many men on the field. 27-14 Philly, a confident Donovan McNabb.
We've been in this situation before. We know what we need to do. And if we just go out and just, do what we're supposed to do in our given position, things should take care of itself. My eyes are still pretty hungry right now. So if you look into my eyes, you'll know what I'm talking about, Shannon.
Just didn't make enough plays against a team of this magnitude. You have to make plays when you have a chance to make plays because you don't know how many, opportunities they're going to give you.
All right, so it's a 27-14 Eagle win. What's Atlanta going to see in those Donovan McNabb eyes next week?
A very confident guy is ready to go out and show the world that, hey,
I'm a good football player. I'm going to get my team into the Super Bowl, but the Michael Vick experience is coming to town. It's going to be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about with his eyes, but I know one thing, that he played a very weak Minnesota defense today. He was lucky to get them. He's going to get a much better defense next week against Atlanta. They're going to be all over him, and thank goodness for Brian Westbrook. That's all I can say. He's the key to that offense in Philadelphia.
Well, what's interesting to me is, you know, Michael Vick, you know you're going to get the big plays out of him running the football. Can the Atlanta Falcons run the football successfully like they did against the Rams, against the Eagles? I'm not sure, because the Eagles have a very athletic defense that's up the field and can make plays against the run.
Dante Culpepper and company are pretty formidable, but it's not going to be anything like what they're going to face, what the Eagles are going to face next week.
Well, it's all about defense and Michael Vick. And I'll tell you, Eddie Donatel has done a great job down there coordinating that defense. They're going to be up the field all over Donovan.
I want Donovan McNabb to know we look into Shannon Sharp's eyes every week. It's no great shakes here either. We thank you for, thanks for watching the halftime report. We'll rejoin Jim and Phil after this.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel Halftime Report. Nextel helps groups get things done. Nextel done.
CBS tomorrow on a new CSI Miami. His dream was to ride along with the Miami PD. He picked the wrong day.
Where isn't a ride-along? Maybe he took off, or maybe he got taken for a ride. Freeze!
We had a real-life Bonnie and Clyde on our hands.
He was very good at making enemies.
The question becomes, which one of them got to him first?
CSI Miami, a new episode, CBS tomorrow.
Southeast Asia and East Africa have been devastated by tsunamis that claim more than 150,000 lives.
But for those who survived, the real struggle has just begun.
By donating to the World Food Program and other organizations providing aid, you can make a difference that will save lives and help tsunami victims rebuild.
Now is not the time to sit on the sidelines. Millions of people need your support. Join the team and donate.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel Halftime Report. Sponsored by Nextel Nationwide Walkie-Talkie.
6-3 Patriots at halftime. The team's now just starting to matriculate out to the field. And the snow starting to get a little bit more forceful here. We've got a thin coating on the field as well. Colts coming out down 3. It's been a bruising first half behind Brady and Brown and Brewski, and a heavy dose of Corey Dillon, who ripped off one long run of over 40 yards. Colts didn't appear to really get their balance going into the late stages of that first half. Third quarter coming up.
Catch the King of Queens Wednesdays on CBS. It's all here.
A shift has been made, and better stories will be told. And hardcore just got harder. Core. And taking 8 camping was only a problem for the tent. And the concrete jungle is finally tamed. A shift has been made. And when you think adventure, on-road or off, think Nissan.
From the country roads to the city streets, blue skies, southern pride, grab the wheel, come on, let's ride. 'Cause it's bigger in the new South, better in a Dodge. Your plane's better than where you are. I'm loving life and I'm living large. 'Cause it's bigger in the new South, better in a Dodge.
If you're ready to replace your roof, or if you're building a new home, consider a metal roof from JVS Inc. Look at the difference a JVS metal roof can make. Did you know a metal roof can save you money? That's because today's metal roofs are insulated, keeping your home cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. Plus, they are longer lasting than asphalt shingle roofs, and they add distinction to your home. JVS, the upstate expert in metal roofing. Call today, 1-888-675-3568.
When you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can't be worried about horsepower, payload capacity, or towing ability. That's why you need a Toyota Tundra Double Cab. The Tundra has more standard horsepower, towing, and hauling capacity than the Ford F-150. So it doesn't matter where you are,
The Tundra Double Cab will get you there. Now get $2,000 cash back or 0% APR for up to 48 months on all 05 Tundra Double Cab models. Toyota, moving forward.
Storm Team 7's Chief Meteorologist Christy Henderson, weeknights at 6.
6-3 New England, with the winner advancing to Pittsburgh and the AFC Championship game next Sunday. And Phil, when we look at these two teams coming back out on the field, what do you think they're feeling right now as far as confidence, the mindset?
Well, I think they both went in at halftime feeling good about what they did in the first half. And I expect, even though the conditions have gotten a little tougher, I expect both offenses to now, they know what the defense is doing, to get in rhythm and be more productive here in the second half.
All right, first half numbers, the total yards almost identical, as the Colts picked up over 100 yards in the last 6 minutes of the first half. They moved it a couple of times, and they had the one strip away and recovery, a fumble recovery is how it went in the books by Brewski, as Indianapolis had threatened. Then they came back and kicked the field goal. Vanderjagt on the last play of the half. Martin Gramatica, who has been handling the kickoff duties late in the season, inactive today, so Vanderjagt has that part of his job back, and a one-hopper. It's picked up and run out all the way to the 45-yard line by Brewski. So New England with an excellent start here to the second half, and let's get the report from Bonnie.
Well, Jim, this is the first half the entire season. The Colts haven't put any points on the board. Bill Belichick says it has to do with team defense. I asked him to point out individuals or parts of the defense that really stood out. He said, I've emphasized with my players all week, we have to do it well across the board. We can't just try to stop Peyton Manning. We can't just try to stop Edgerrin James. We got to do it with everybody for 60 minutes.
All right, Bonnie, remember that we saw Patrick Pass go out early with an ankle sprain. He's back in as a lead blocker for Corey Dillon. No game. Pass had seen a little action late in the second quarter on some special teams, so they have him back in their artillery.
Well, I think the fact that both defenses in this game really were stressing, don't give up a big play, and so far it hadn't even been close. Neither team has even been challenged down the field much. Tom Brady threw one long one down there, but the defense is doing a good job keeping everything in front, making it tough for the offense to drive down the field.
On 2nd and 10, Brady from the pocket dumps it, and that's only a 1-yard gain to Dillon. Rob Morris with the immediate hit. We'll give him 2, so 3rd and 7 or 8, 7 we'll call it, with a minute into the third quarter. There's Brady's first half numbers.
Yeah, they're pretty good, and just the total yards tells you a lot of short passes. And when you're practicing, just like that last play, Tom Brady throws it over the middle. You think, well, let's throw it short. If that's what they give us, let's take it. But you think you're going to get more yards after the catch than either team has gotten so far today.
On this passing down, they bring in Kevin Falk, flanking the quarterback out of the gun. And Brady steps in, fire almost picked off by Bashir.
Well, pressure on Tom Brady. The New England Patriots not able to take advantage of the fact that they got a really good return on the opening kick of the second half. He's waiting for it to come down the field. He's forced up in the pocket. Then he's pressured, and he's really extremely fortunate. Dwight Freeney. Wow, look at this. That's a double spin move.
Yeah, double spinning past Christian Fauria, the second tight end for the Pats. Josh Miller. And everybody move out of the way as the signal from Troy Walters. And there is a flag down.
What I was telling you earlier in the game, Jim, I was bragging about the Patriots, how they had blocked Dwight Freeney. But even when they're double teaming, you can see how dynamic and how explosive. And as Tom Brady said, he never slows down, and he has not slowed down so far.
You know, the Colts were already looking at beginning their first series of the second half inside the 20, and if it goes against them, they could be back inside the 10.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 53, the kicking team, after the ball was dead. There'll be a 15-yard penalty. Indianapolis keeps the ball first down.
And it goes the other way, and it's a big one. Moving it across the 30 on Larry Izzo.
Well, you just saw it from behind. Larry Izzo taking a shot.
Yeah, Wayne Bacon.
Hitting Wayne Bacon, and so that was pretty violent and pretty easy to see.
Edgerrin James into the pile for a gain of 1. Will the Colts come out and run as smooth and efficiently as they did in the late stages of the second quarter? In the AFC Championship game last year, Peyton's completion percentage under 50%. Through the 4 picks, the passer rating at 35. It's 80 today, the rating.
I think he's thrown the football very well, considering the conditions and the fact that he's going against a pretty good defense.
Fake to James, and again, this is the screen play. Waiting for his blockers, and he scoots across the first down yardage behind Jeff Saturday. He ran for a first down.
Just really well executed this time by good fake by Peyton Manning. Everybody sees all these play action passes all the time by the Colts. So you turn and run backwards. And then when they throw the screen, you've got to be athletic and very aggressive to get up and stop the long game.
So a new set of downs for the Colts, who were 3 and out on the first 2 series of the afternoon. In fact, 3 of their first 4 as Roman Pfeiffer wraps up. Make that Willie McGinnis wraps up Edgerrin James for a 1-yard loss.
Well, Willie McGinnis says, well, if you're not going to block me, I'll just come flying down here and make a tackle. It's almost reminiscent of what he did in the opening game of the year. Late in the game, unblocked, comes in, sacks Peyton Manning, and knocks him out of field goal range and lets the Patriots win.
Well, it was a 48-yard try in the end by Vanderjagt, which he missed, which ended his streak of 42 in a row, the all-time record. Otherwise, it would have been a 36-yard try to force overtime. McGinnis pushed him back. It's 2nd and 11. And James near midfield. Again, it's McGinnis and Vrabel. You thought that Edgerrin James, you said at the beginning that he might catch a lot of balls today. That's now 5 receptions.
Well, when I listened to Peyton Manning talk to us last night, I think his number says don't be surprised if he catches anywhere from 10 to 15 passes.
Wow.
So if the defense wants to drop back, he'll continue to throw it short.
3rd and 4. Rodney Harrison come in, say, move that football back. I think they're going to be a half-yard shy.
It does look at Brandon Stokely has been doing the play where he comes in motion, runs a little bit, and he stops and comes back from where he started from. This time he goes across the formation, and there is no doubt when you look at it right there, he is short of the first down.
You notice they didn't have Troy Brown on him that time.
Change defenses up.
No fooling around with this one for Tony Dungy on 4th and a half yard. Troy Brown is in for the punt return. Andrew Smith would like to pin him deep. Punting downwind. Their catch signal, and they clear out for Brown's catch at the 12. Still 6-3, Patriots, 3rd quarter.
More Southwest Airlines flights to more places than ever before. America is your backyard.
You are now free to move about the country.
Excuse me, you're still with your old brokerage firm?
I know, but I like being able to talk to somebody when I have a question.
Look, I don't want to be out there in cyberspace all by myself.
We moved our money to a TD Waterhouse online account. Their people really make us feel connected.
TD Waterhouse has investment consultants you can talk to when you have a question, so you're not out there all on your own. You can do this. Switch to TD Waterhouse, the alternative to higher-priced brokers like Merrill Lynch and Smith Barney.
The
Six-speed, 270 horsepower Acura TL adjusts to the way each individual accelerates, brakes, and takes on the curves. Because no two drivers are alike. The Acura TL, a higher form of performance.
CBS presents a new drama that will change the way you look at crime solving.
You can tell us where the killer lives?
Yeah. Numbers premieres next Sunday after football.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
How about this NFL.com poll of the day? With the game on the line, which of these two would you like leading your team in the final minutes? We're probably going to find out. You can vote Brady or Manning at NFL.com. Brady and the Patriots with the 3-point lead from the 13-yard line, and Dillon is dropped back for a 1-yard loss. Bashir came up. Cato June also on the hit.
Well, you see the turf here, the snow. It's still pretty good footing for the players out there. I have not seen anybody slip. It's not hurting the pass receivers going down the field.
And it's easier to play on this field than it was when we were here for the Ravens game in the mud over Thanksgiving weekend. Second down and 11. Christian Faurier with the reception near the 30-yard line. Gain of 17.
Yeah, good job. Dwight Freeney again gets close to Tom Brady as he throws the football. But he sees a little opening to the inside and throws it perfectly low down in there where only his tight end can catch it. Gosh, look at those spins. Probably could have been a hold there.
The first down for New England in 15 minutes on the game clock. Just tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Dillon able to pick up about 4.
Well, we've talked so much about Dwight Freeney leading into this football game, and you know he has not disappointed anybody when you watch this play. Double teamed, he never stops. Look at that, just he's out of control, gets knocked to the ground all the time, gets all over Tom Brady, ruined the screenplay, gets the sack. He single-handedly has ruined about 6 pass plays of the New England Patriots so far today.
He steps out on this play. Scioli is in for him on 2nd and 6, and Dillon able to find all kinds of room with Freeney off the field, running behind Christian Faurier for 9 yards. Take a little look back into a window of time in Bill Belichick's career as a coach. This is the 30th year for Belichick in the NFL. He actually started in the NFL in the Colts organization as an assistant to Ted Marchibroda. Not an assistant coach, but an assistant to the coach when they were the Baltimore Colts back in 1975. Kevin Falk in the backfield, first down. And Falk hurdles ahead for 10 yards. Bob Sanders had to come up and make the stop. But Marchibroda is here. He does the radio broadcast for the Colts, and you know, they had all kinds of nicknames there. I wish they'd open up the window, talking about a window of time.
Yeah, what's happened?
Coach Marchibroda, though, very proud of a young man he knew as Bedcheck Billy, Bad News Billy. If you saw Belichick coming, you knew you were in trouble back in those days.
That's right. He was going to maybe be the guy to tell you to go see the head coach. You might be released. I saw Coach Marchibroda. They're measuring for a first down right now. But I saw Ted Marchibroda a week ago, and Coach Belichick's name came up, and immediately goes, well, Billy, it's always Billy. It's not Bill, Coach Belichick, it's always Billy. And Jim, he used to drive Ted Marchibroda to work every day, and they had those discussions, and what a guy to learn under.
No, he really interned for him at first, but then he got that first big paycheck.
Yeah.
Thanks to Mr. Marchibroda, and you ask Bill, he knows right down to the penny how much it was worth.
Well, what was it?
$22.83, his first check in the league.
$25 a week.
With a little tax taken out.
Yeah.
So Freeney is still out as it's second and the nose of the football to go for New England. It was an impressive piece of running by Kevin Falk a moment ago. Looking very fresh. Oh, in and out of the hands of Christian Faurier. We had some drops in the first half by the usually sure-handed Colts, who were shaky at first, and Fourier drops the first down here.
Well, what it is, the Patriots just trying to take advantage of the situation. Tom Brady saw the defense, knew if he ran this play action pass, there was going to be somebody wide open going across the field. It was Christian Fourier.
Still, it's just 3rd and inches, and Freeney is out. Pass and Dillon lined up in the eye behind Brady. It's Dillon, first down with ease. And moving it down to the Colts 45.
Well, they thought they could run this football on this defense today. At times, they have had really good success. Charlie Weiss sticking with it. He's been patient all year. Well, in fact, we've heard Tom Brady say, hey, sometimes he thinks they're a little too patient with it because it takes his rhythm out. What did he say early in the year? I went to the sideline. We'd run the ball 7 straight times. I opened my mouth and I almost said, like, when are we going to throw the dang ball? And he said, he was quiet at the last second because he knew better.
Freeney back in on first down. And look at this, shaking tackles. It's Dillon down to the 40 and a gain of 5. Again, sidestepping the early pressure. Coming up next week on CBS, a math genius who can use stats to solve crimes. The premiere of Numbers is next Sunday after the AFC Championship game here on CBS.
Let me say this, too. This Colts defense, it has improved. It's much maligned. It's young. It's undersized. It is fast. All the money's been put in the offense. They have really accounted themselves well here today.
Devin Falk cuts back to the left side of Bob Sanders, the rookie who has so much promise. We had a visit with him yesterday. And you like his physical play. As he says, that's the key. Play physical, play fast, hit hard. And you say this guy's going to be a good one in the league.
Well, he is. He's explosive. He's a big playmaker. And in other words, you throw it down the middle of the field, he's not afraid to go in there and make the hit, the cause the fumble or the football pop up, get an interception. 2nd round draft pick from Iowa, and he has not disappointed the Colts organization with his play.
It is 3rd and 2 inside of a fast moving 3rd quarter. 5 minutes. Boy, he was flat on the field in the first quarter after Dillon landed on his right ankle. Didn't look too promising that pass would return, but he has. And 15, give him 14 yards for the first down.
Deion Branch in motion, confused the defense. Who's got who? That's what happens, and that's why Patrick Pass is wide open out in the flat. You could see him going, okay, when somebody comes across, everybody's got to change who they are covering, and nobody got Patrick Pass that time.
On first down, it's Dillon. And again, ridden down by Bashir, running behind Andruzzi. And Dillon's moving in on 100. He's 7 yards shy.
I think when he came up here to the Patriots this year, Shannon Sharp said something about it's the steal of the century, but he's patient, he's strong, he has done this so many times, and you could see it on that run. He will find the hole and take advantage of it.
A lot of people thought this might be a 25-30 carry day for Dillon. He comes out, Falk comes in. Falk wide open. Down to the 10-yard line. Andruzzi again opening up things. Doss and Harper had to come up from the secondary to make the hit.
Well, we see it with so many teams. They bring in the second running back, and it's a nice change of pace. Look at the blocking up front. Matt Light, nice job. Gets his man completely out of the way. Wide receivers, David Givens blocking down the field. But the offensive line just keep going at it. The defensive line gambling a little too much, thinking pass. And that's why the Patriots are running it so well now.
It's 1st and goal at the 10. It's Falk weaving down to the 7. This is the second time in this game they've had a goal-to-go situation beginning at the 10-yard line. And again, they thought for a moment they had a touchdown when they went for it on 4th and goal from the 1, only to have it taken off the board as there was a procedure penalty called on Matt Light that resulted then in a field goal by Vinatieri. 2:20. That's all that remains in the 3rd quarter. 14th play of this drive. They had a 16-play drive earlier. On 2nd and goal, draw. Falk. And a huge 3rd and goal from the 5 on the way.
Well, let's say this. The Patriots, their goal on defense today was to see if they could hold the Colts to 3 field goals. And now you look at it. This is the third, Jim, you talked about it, third time you're down in there. Colts trying to turn the tables on them. Hold them to a field goal, and it's like no damage is done.
They bring in Troy Brown. Now he steps out. David Patton's in.
Well, the one time the Colts needed a pass rush down on the goal line, they did not get it done. Tom Brady, with the extra time, moves out of the pocket and finds David Gibbons for the touchdown.
And this for the 10-point lead. Vinatieri good. There was only one Patriot touchdown a year ago in the AFC Championship game. It was a touchdown pass to Gibbons, and that today is our first touchdown of the afternoon.
The Netscape internet service lets me choose if I want to have their unlimited access for just $9.95.
So does NetZero.
And Netscape lets me have Web Accelerator for free with their $9.95 plan. NetZero charges $14.95 for their service with Web Accelerator. What do you get with NetZero?
I'm a Netscape guy.
Right now, Netscape gives you free Web Accelerator to surf up to 5 times faster. NetZero charges $14.95. That's over 50% more. Get Netscape for $9.95, now with free Web Accelerator.
People everywhere are experiencing a breakthrough.
I'm full.
Taco Bell's Big Bell Value Menu featuring the Grande Soft Taco with double the beef and big cheesy taste. To keep your stomach and your wallet full, think outside the bun.
Cold hard fact. Only Coors Light is frost brewed at ice cold temperatures. Stored cold and shipped cold. And when beer starts out this cold, it ends up this refreshing. Coors Light, our goal, the coldest tasting beer in the world.
Maybe we could all use a little less. From Honda, the first car company to offer 3 hybrid models. The all-new Accord Hybrid V6.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And by Nextel. Nextel helps groups get things done. Nextel, done.
It took 43.5 minutes of action before we saw our first touchdown in this game. David Gibbons. A year ago in the AFC final, Patriots had 5 Vinatieri field goals, a safety, and only 1 touchdown, and that was a pass to Gibbons. A little confusion here, and the Colts just fall on it with James Mungrove. (13-3) New England.
Introducing the 300 horsepower Acura RL. With voice-activated technology and super handling all-wheel drive, power can be shifted front to rear, side to side, and while cornering, the outside rear wheel is accelerated for dramatically improved handling in all weather conditions. The all-new Acura RL.
Guys, we need to close on the Weingart property today.
Sure thing.
Turn right.
They're at the Weingart property now.
We've closed.
Weingart closed.
Optimistic.
Focused.
Hopeful.
Confident.
What if someone could help you feel this way about your retirement?
In control.
Smart. Smart.
Supported.
Able to sleep.
On target. Someone with more certified financial planners than anyone else. Someone who can help you reach your retirement goals. Wouldn't you listen? The personal financial advisors of American Express.
At
access NFL.com for live scores and stats. And after the game, AOL members get exclusive NFL.com features only on AOL.
How long does it take to get hooked on the new CSI? About a New York minute.
No one sleeps until the shooter is caught.
CSI New York, Wednesday.
Watch the touchdown. David Givens coming across the field. The lack of a pass rush allows Tom Brady. Defensive lineman drops back in coverage. Nobody on the quarterback allows him to move and allows David Givens to go all the way across where the defense overcommitted to get the touchdown catch.
Well, the pressure is on Peyton Manning and the Colts. Down 10 with a little more than a minute to go, third quarter. Up ahead for 3 with Edgerrin James tonight. Cold case, a new one. The boxer was going to be the next Rocky until tragedy struck him down in the ring. And now a referee's deathbed confession could prove it was murder. It's a new episode of Cold Case tonight after 60 minutes here on CBS.
You know, I'm kind of surprised. I thought in the second half, after the success they had in the first half, that the Colts would come out and kind of go hurry up, no huddle. They didn't do it in the first drive, and they're not doing it this time either.
It's amazing, though. It's only second series of the half. With less than a minute to play in the third, Manning's pass to Wayne, his second catch, with Randall Gay on the coverage. Second catch by Wayne.
I tell you, that just shows you the strength of Peyton Manning, kind of backpedaling and still throws it to the far sideline. But the blocking up front, good enough to allow Manning the extra time to throw it down the field to Reggie Wayne.
Now operating at the 41. Stretch play, Edgerrin James. And he is run down right down the line of scrimmage. Rodney Harrison and Mike Vrabel stop him for no gain.
You hear those names a lot. Vrabel, Rodney Harrison.
Well, Harrison this week in talks with us said Peyton Manning's a great quarterback, but if he's moving around with his feet and all, he's not the same MVP quarterback. He was the one who talked about trying to get him off the spot, because if he sits there, he'll kill you. What have they done to him so far as that goes?
They have taken the deep throws down the field away from Peyton Manning and made it difficult for him to have those 10-play scoring drives.
Into the quarter.
Who are they singing about? Their favorite American, one of the most popular athletes in the world. So how come you've never